Hi, glad you could join us today. Today I thought we'd do a fantastic little painting that I believe you'll enjoy. Let's start out and have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with us. While they're doing that, let me show you what I got done up here. Today I have my plain old 18 by 24 inch pre-stretched canvas, and I've just covered it with a very thin coat of liquid white, so it's all slick and it's ready to go. I use an 18 by 24 inch canvas, but at home you use any size that's convenient for you. We just use that because it sort of fits the television format. Other than that, use any size. Let's start today with a little yellow ochre. What the heck? Let's do a painting today that's very bright, has a lot of colors in it to just make you feel good. It'll warm up a room if you hang it in it. Small amount of yellow ochre on the 2-inch brush, and let's go right up in here. And we just put a little color up in the sky. That easy. That easy. No problem. And it's continually mixing with the liquid white that's on the canvas, and so automatically it'll get a little lighter in value. There, and the more you blend it, the lighter it'll become. So you have to make a decision. How light do you want your sky? How dark? How bright? Up to you. When you have this much power, you have to make tremendous decisions. There. Okay, now let's take a little bit. I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's mix up a little lavender color. We'll take a little alizarin crimson, a little phthalo blue, mix them together proportionately. Much, much more crimson than blue. Proportionately. The blue is much, much stronger. Whew. It'll just eat up your whole world in a heartbeat. I'm going to mix 2 or 3 different values. Over here I've put even more blue. So I've got some here that's got a lot of blue in it, some that's got a little. And that way we can just sort of play around and have several different variations without continually mixing color. There. We'll just use that same old brush. It's working pretty good. I'm just going to tap the corner of the bristles right into a little bit of that color. I don't want a lot of color on there. Just a little. Just a little. And let's go up in here and let's test it. Oh, I like it. Okay, we did well. Now then, using the top corner of this 2-inch brush, let's just begin putting in some basic little shapes. We're not looking for a lot of detail. I want this just to be little shrubbery and things that live far away, way off into the background, way off into the background. There we are. Ooh, we hit a little blue there. That's nice. Happy little accident. There. But see, all we're doing is just looking for basic shapes. When objects are far, far away from you, you don't see detail. You see basic color and basic shapes, and that's all we're looking for in this. Sometimes we can even do like that, just to blend it. So you just have little splotches of color. Maybe that's way far away. Just let your imagination go. Your imagination can take you to any land that you want to be in. Any land. All you need to do is have a vision in your mind and believe in yourself, and off you go. Off you go. Because I know that you can do anything that you believe you can do. There. And we believe we can do anything, don't we? Anything that we're willing to try and willing to practice. All right. Something about like that. Okay, a little bit more of that color. And I'm just going to put layer after layer here. So that looks like there's many, many layers of little things that live back here in the distance. Okay. Now then, let me get a clean brush. I've got several of these old brushes going, so I don't have to spend all my time just cleaning brushes. And here I'm going to tap to soften the bottom edge. I want to soften it till it looks very misty, like there's little layers of mist floating around in there. Softer and softer. Right. Do you ever think you could take a 2-inch brush and paint such things like this? It looks so delicate. You can. You absolutely can. Let's see, a little more of the color here. Maybe this comes over. We don't know where it goes. Maybe I'll have a big tree there, so we don't have to worry about it. I like big trees, as you know. So maybe we'll just put one right in there. All right. One of the things that makes this so great is that we do no sketching, no drawing. You don't have to be able to draw to do this. All you have to do is be able to hold a brush, and off you go. Now then, I'm going to take a little bit of this color that we had here. Had a little more of the crimson in it, a little more crimson. Just tap a little into the bristles. We'll warm it up a little. Yeah, isn't that nice? It's got more crimson. There, I like the alizarin crimson. It's such a beautiful, beautiful color. All right, now I'm going to beat the brush. That just takes off excess paint because I want to soften this. There we go. Okay, wherever you want these little things to be, it's exactly where they should be. Just little layers of color in here. And then very quickly, we'll just blend that away. But see, already it creates the illusion of distance in your background, and you've done virtually nothing. You could even take, well, let's do it. Let's take a little blue, maybe a little touch of yellow into it. That'll make a gorgeous green. A little more to the blue side. And you can adjust this back and forth. And maybe, let's get crazy. Try that color. We'll just put a little of that in there, just to change the flavor. Just a little cad yellow, phthalo blue, but mostly blue. Just enough to give it a little hint of color. That's all we're looking for. Just a hint, just a hint. All right. Shoot, we're making all kinds of little background doers. When you're at home and have unlimited time, practice with this, play with it. It's unbelievable what you can make. Absolutely unbelievable. All right, let's take our little script liner brush and a little bit of paint thinner, just to make a very thin paint. Turn the bristles, that'll bring it to a nice sharp point. And let's go up in here and here and there and there and here. Let's just put the indication of a few little sticks and twigs that are living back in here. We don't want a lot. Do not want a lot, because they're too far away. You would only see major tree trunks that live this far away. But a few little indications are very nice. It'll give the illusion of distance and depth in your painting. All right, something about like that. Okay, let's have some fun now. Let's mix up, well, we'll just keep using that old lavender color we have here. We'll put some black in it and some brown, alizarin crimson, a little bit of phthalo blue. Like that. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Wipe off the knife. We'll just use one of these old brushes that we were working with. Put a little bit of that color on there. We need some dark in order to show light. So let's begin designing our painting. Maybe, hey, right there, right there. Maybe there's a little bit of land right back in there. This is just dark, so that when we put a light color on there, it'll show. That's really all we're looking for, really and truly. We'll worry about other things as they happen. But in our world, we just sort of let things happen. Just let them happen. Very quickly, you learn to work with anything that you create. See, because once again, we don't make mistakes. Watch here, watch here. If you was to do something like this, okay, watch. This is your bravery test already in this painting. You take the corner of the brush, look at here. Maybe in our world, there lives a big old tree. We can have a big tree right there. Right there. That easy. Okay, now we could take a little yellow ochre, a little Indian yellow, maybe a touch of the bright red. Maybe Jack Frost has stopped by here and we're beginning to see some gorgeous fall colors. Same old dirty brush. Let's see what we get here. Look at there. Look at there. That easy. Can just make all kinds of little dooders. Put a few highlights on that, and already we have the start of a nice little tree. Now, if you have trouble making your paint stick on top of this, add a little touch of liquid white or paint thinner. Liquid white will brighten your color a little. Sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't. If you want your color to stay pure, then use just a little paint thinner. Just a little paint thinner, that's all. And when I say little, let me emphasize little. It takes a very, very small amount. Very small amount. And we're just using the corner of the brush. Like that. See there? Okay. Now then, let's take a little sap green, mix it in here. Sap green and some of our yellows. We'll just make some beautiful colors here. Let them happen on the brush. Don't worry about them. Mixing with all of our yellows, and there's a little touch of red here and there. And we can go right up in here. Okay, look, watch, watch, watch. Look at there. We'll just make a nice little hill right here. And that'd be a fantastic little place to take your shoes off and let your naked feet run through there. I like to run through a meadow or something with barefooted. It always feels good. And as a kid, we lived way out in the woods in Florida. And we used to do it all the time. Shoot, I didn't even wear shoes until I was about 12. And that's the truth. Even to school, we didn't wear shoes. There we are. Okay. But see the little hill coming down? That easy. But pay attention to angles. The lay of the land is very, very important. Very important. Let me grab another brush with some dark color on it. We can play here. As I say, I have several brushes going. You ready? Let's do it. We have this whole side open over here. I think in our world, add a little bit of dark sienna to that color. In our world, we got a big, what the heck? Do it, do it. There. Steve's always telling me, don't worry about it, Dad, just do it. And that's what we'll do, right there. Just drop in a huge tree. Let it come right in front of this tree. Don't be afraid of it touching. You know, in nature, trees just grow however make them happy. So just drop it in. Don't worry about it touching the other tree or going in front of it. In our world, we can put trees wherever we want them, and we can move them if we want to. We can move them. We can do anything in our world. Maybe that comes right on out here. See, already I'm beginning to see things in here. Practice painting without really knowing exactly what you're going to paint when you start. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed at what you can do. Just have a general idea in your mind of the time of day and the time of year and go for it. There we are. See there? Now, I'll tell you what, let's have some water in here. This easy. You can, look. It looks like the right place to have a little touch of water. Just give it a little downward pull. Just a little downward pull. That easy. All right. A little more dark color over here. There'll probably be something over here too. I don't know yet. We'll put something in no matter what. Now, very lightly, go across. See, and we have instant water, that easy. And you can see it shimmer. Water might be one of the easiest things to make in this whole technique. Now, as a traditional painter, water and reflections was very hard to make. I'm just mixing up some more color here. But in this style of painting, it is very, very easy. Reflections may be one of the easiest things that we make. I just ran out of paint. I decided I want a tree over here on the other side too. Right there. It's our world, so we can put him in. Maybe he lives right there. I don't know. Don't really know. Doesn't matter. All we're looking for is just a basic shape. Okay, here it comes, here it comes. Right on out. Like that. See? That's all you have to do. Once again, let your imagination take you to all these places. Don't worry about them. All right. I'm going back to the brush that has my light color on it. I'm going to put a little touch of, excuse me a second, let me dip right there. A little bit of liquid white. Just mixed a little liquid white in there. It thins the color and also makes it a little bit lighter in value. All right, let's go right up in here now. And, maybe, yeah, look. I want just enough color variation so that shows. There, put a little red in there, that'll pop it loose. I want to change the angle here. Change the angle. We have one layer coming down, now the next one's coming back. Maybe there's a little, might even be a little stream back here. We can't see it. We don't know. We don't know. Leave some mystery in your painting. Leave a little mystery. There we are. Sometimes it's nice to not know exactly what happens. There. It's like looking at a beautiful lady. It's much nicer if it's there's a little mystery there. Yeah. All right. Okay, now then, I'm gonna take, let's put a little color on here. I'm gonna make that tree. Let's put some fall colors in that tree. We'll take a little red. We can get a little alizarin crimson too. That, ooh, nice color. Alizarin crimson and yellow ochre make a beautiful fall color. Let's go right up in here. Now I added a little touch of paint thinner to my brush, so this paint is getting quite thin. And it'll go on there easier. If you have trouble making it stick, add a little paint thinner. Just a little though. Takes very little. Very little. Doesn't take much. There we are. See there? All kinds of little doers, they just live in there. Think about shape and form when you're putting these in. Don't just hit them at random. No, not at random. There we go. All right. And just keep working in layers. Always working in layers. Toward the bottom of the tree, let it get darker and darker and darker. You want some deep shadows at the bottom of the tree. That's where all my little friends live. I don't know if you saw him, I got little Peapod, the cartoon up here. He's on top of my easel. He's watching me paint today. See? Isn't he cute? He even got his own brush. I better watch him. That rascal will be a painting on here. Okay, let's go over here on the other side. If you've painted with me before, you know these little animals are very special to me. I work with people who take care of them all over the country and try to support them. Most of these people who work with injured and orphaned animals are doing it strictly on their own. They get no help from the government or anybody else. They do it strictly on their own. So for somebody in your neighborhood, and there probably is if you look around that's doing that, go see them. You'll be pleasantly surprised at all the little creatures you can see close up. And not only that, they need your help. They need your help. Sounds like a commercial for them, but I'd almost do that. They really are special people. Here in Muncie, I work with a beautiful lady named Diana Schaefer, who loans me a lot of the animals that you see on the show. There. I'm gonna go back to my brush. It's got the dark paint on it. And we have to decide where this is gonna go. Wherever it's gonna go, there ought to be a reflection. See, just put a little dark, reflect it. All right. Now then, we need a little water line. Let's take some dark sienna, some Van Dyke brown, some white, mix them together, like that. Don't overmix, leave it marbled. Leave it marbled. See, just pull it, a little roll of paint. Let's go up in here and put the indication of a little, maybe a little shore there, a little shoreline. There we are. There. Just pull it the same basic angle you have the grass growing. Wherever. We can highlight it with, I'll just use dark sienna and white for the highlight. No Van Dyke. Don't cover up all the first color though, just enough to sparkle it, to make it stand out. There we are. All right, back to our brush. It has all the pretty colors on it. Put a little liquid white with it. Ooh, that's nice. A little more crimson. All right. Now then, let's begin bringing down the little grassy areas and decide where they go. Where they go. You make all those big decisions. Maybe. Tell you what, maybe, in our world, maybe there's a little bush right here. So for that, all we need is to put a little dark in. You need dark in order to show light. Go into a little paint thinner. Let's get a little sap green. Make a very thin paint. See that little ridge of paint right there? It's most important. That's what we're painting with. That's what we're painting with. There we go. Make a little happy bush right there. Shoot, we're in business. But you can put as many or as few little things in here as you want. Maybe over on the other side. We'll have to make some decisions. Oh, that comes right there, I know now. That's where we want it. Go in here with our nice grassy colors. Put in all kinds of little dooders. There they are. Maybe there's another one right there. It's up to you. You decide how many little bushes and trees live in your world. You put them in. There we are. I want this to be a little darker up here so it doesn't show so quite so bright. There. There's a little bush. Wherever. There we go. But that easy. Now let's put a little bit of land there to hold all that up. Okay. A few little grassy things running down on the land so it doesn't look too much like you just cut it off. Take a little liquid white. Just a small amount. Don't want a real bright water line here. I just want enough to indicate that there's a separation. You might even want to add a little brown to it if you don't want it to get too bright, because it really will get very bright. Something about like that. Over in here. Right like that. That's really all we need. Now, let's get crazy. You know me. We got a second left here. Let's take, in our world, maybe, yep, you guessed it, big tree and his friend right there. Just use the fan brush, a little dark color. We can take a little touch of white with a knife. Just touch it and make it, maybe this is an old birch tree here. We'll just let him go, like so. There. All right. Now take our script liner, a little bit of the dark brown color, and paint thinner. A lot of paint thinner. Make it very thin. Then with that, we can come right up in here and put the indication of some tree limbs here and there. We'll put a few little leaves on here, so we don't need many. We don't need many. Just drop them in. The indications. If you have trouble making the paint flow on here, just add a little more paint thinner. There we go. Now let's take our little oval brush. We got just a second left. We'll have some fun. Take the oval brush, load it full of color, a lot of color. A lot of color. Put a little red in there too. All right, give it a little push. We'll go up in here, and using that, take advantage of the little curve that's in that brush. And we can just put all kinds of little leaves up here on these. Thinking about fall, and off we go. See there? A few on the other side, right here on this tree. And it's that easy to make a beautiful little scene. This does look like autumn to me. I think we'll call that one finished. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend.